What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and it looked like Caitlin Clark has done it again. This time, it's helping kids. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Now, we know there's a lot of stuff going on in the WNBA, man, with these CBA negotiations. We're about 6 days away from potentially getting some answers or getting another damn extension, to be honest with you. And me personally, I'm getting kind of bored with all of the negotiation stuff back and forth. It looked like Caitlin Clark could be too.
She kicked off 2026 with a statement no one saw coming. On January 1st, Caitlin Clark posted a brief tweet with a single screenshot. That was all it took. The message challenged a charge call she believed was clearly wrong, and it spread fast. This wasn't a throwaway comment or a heat-of-the-moment reaction. It was direct, confident, and impossible to ignore. Within minutes, the post was everywhere. Fans were shocked by how openly she called out the decision, especially given her long and very public history with game officials. People immediately started asking questions. Was this just a New Year's reaction in the moment? Or was she sending a clear message about how this season might unfold? Either way, the impact was immediate. That first post of 2026 set a strong tone and made one thing clear. Caitlin Clark isn't stepping back, staying quiet, or changing who she is. If anything, she's letting everyone know she's ready for whatever comes next.
Got to be one of the first people to tell you that. One thing about Caitlin Clark that make her such a great basketball player that don't get highlighted enough is that her off the court stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like when she help kids, when she feed families, and when the Caitlin Clark Foundation stand up for a cause, something meaningful, and something, you know, that basketball could be gone tomorrow, but this right here, this is here to stay. That is the Caitlin Clark Foundation, man. And I take my hat off to her each and every time I see stories like this. I'm always highlight it because I feel like these type of stories hit harder. These type of stories mean more than just the basketball.
The reaction was immediate and massive. In just 48 hours, the post pulled in more than 3 million views, spreading across social media at lightning speed. What followed was chaos in the comments. Fans jumped in from every direction, joking that this was Caitlin versus the refs 2026, round 1. And the debate showed no signs of slowing down. The crowd was split at first. Some were stunned by how bold the message was, while others loved every second of it. A few even joked that calling out officials might be her unusual New Year's resolution. But as the dust settled, one feeling stood out above the rest: support. Fans praised her for watching her Hawkeyes, standing up for what she believed, and speaking with honesty instead of holding back. This wasn't just another viral post. It became a rallying point online, reinforcing Caitlin Clark's reputation as the most outspoken voice in the game, unafraid to say what many others only think.
Could be gone tomorrow, but this right here, this is here to stay. That is the Caitlin Clark Foundation, man. And I take my hat off to her each and every time I see stories like this. I'm always highlight it because I feel like these type of stories hit harder. These type of stories mean more than just the basketball stuff. I know Caitlin Clark is very missed on the basketball court. She definitely is. We all do, even myself, you know, just watching the games and seeing her be explosive, hitting logo threes, behind the back passes. But this right here, this tops a lot of things for me in the Caitlin Clark.
This moment didn't come out of nowhere. It's part of a pattern that fans know very well. Caitlin Clark has never been shy about challenging officials, and that edge became a defining part of her college career. During her time in the NCAA, she was involved in more than a few heated exchanges with referees, and those moments became almost as memorable as her scoring runs. Now that she's in the WNBA, that fire clearly hasn't cooled off. Her first public move of 2026 shows she's bringing the same mindset to the professional level. She's not willing to ignore calls she believes are wrong, and she's not changing her approach just because the stage is bigger. With that single post, it became obvious that league officials are back on her radar. The situation may make the WNBA uneasy, but for fans, it only adds to the excitement. Caitlin Clark is still playing and speaking on her own terms.
Caitlin Clark is very missed on the basketball court. She definitely is. We all do, even myself, you know, just just watching the games and seeing her be explosive, hitting logo threes, behind the back passes. But this right here, this tops a lot of things for me in the Caitlin Clark department, and I hope it's top things for you guys too. Shout out to Caitlin Clark Offseason for finding this out. It says through a $100,000 donation connected to Caitlin Clark Church Time, Hy-Vee is helping advance the mission of the Caitlin Clark Foundation across education, nutrition, and sports. As you guys can see here, this is a $100,000 check for look like kids. You know what I'm saying?
The play at the center of the debate was a charge call that Clark strongly disagreed with. In her view, it should have been ruled a clear blocking foul. Almost immediately, fans began breaking down the replay frame by frame. Many pointed out that the defender was still sliding into position when contact happened, which goes against how a charge is supposed to be called. This wasn't just a quick outburst or a vague complaint. Clark laid out her argument with precision, showing exactly why she believed the call was wrong. Her response reflected the mind of someone who truly understands the game, not just a player reacting in frustration. By doing that, she tapped into a much larger conversation. Her post echoed a long-standing concern shared by many fans and players about consistency in officiating, both in college basketball and the pros. Because her critique was based on knowledge and clarity rather than emotion alone, it carried far more weight and made the moment impossible to ignore.
As you guys can see here, this is a $100,000 check for look like kids. You know what I'm saying? It only had 9 comments, which was crazy to me. Well, let's check out this. This is some of the article. It says Caitlin Clark Foundation, another moment of gratitude for one of our partners, Hy-Vee. Through a $100,000 donation connected to Caitlin Clark Crunch Time, Hy-Vee is helping advance the mission of the Caitlin Clark Foundation across education, nutrition, and sports. Every box sold directs proceeds back into communities, supporting programs that create meaningful opportunities for kids. Thank you to Hy-Vee for...
This situation goes far beyond a single whistle. For many fans, it fits into a growing list of questionable moments involving WNBA officiating. In recent seasons, referees have repeatedly found themselves under scrutiny for calls that seem inconsistent or difficult to explain, and those moments haven't gone unnoticed. Caitlin Clark speaking up adds real weight to that discussion. Her voice carries influence, and by calling out what she sees as a problem, she's pushing directly against the current way things operate. She's not just venting frustration. She's asking for clarity, fairness, and accountability at the highest level. Taking that stance in a professional league is a risky move. It places real pressure on the WNBA to confront concerns about its officiating, while also setting the stage for possible tension with the league's referees. Still, it's a powerful statement, and one that could lead to meaningful change if the league chooses to listen.
Impact. Guys, this is powerful. This is very powerful. It says nearly 500,000 total to food banks, plus 22,000 in books, plus backpacks to children. This is just the beginning, guys. These are just some of the things. Now, I reported on this a couple months ago. This was in May. So this was $300,000 to Feeding America. It's Caitlin Clark Foundation, bro. Come on now. People can say what they want about this young lady, but you know, when it comes to her charitable work, second to none. The Caitlin Clark Foundation grants 22.
This moment is happening at one of the most sensitive times the WNBA has faced in years. Behind the scenes, the league is deeply involved in crucial collective bargaining agreement negotiations. These talks aren't just routine paperwork. They will shape salaries, working conditions, revenue sharing, and the overall direction of the league for years to come. Every decision matters, and every public moment carries extra weight. As of January 3rd, 2026, there were only 6 days left before new information was expected about where these negotiations might land. That short timeline alone created pressure across the league. Players, executives, and fans were all watching closely, waiting for signs of progress or conflict. It was already a tense environment, even before Caitlin Clark's post exploded online. That timing is what makes her viral moment stand out even more. Her message didn't land in a quiet news cycle. It arrived right in the middle of uncertainty, debate, and high-stakes discussions about the future of the league. In that context, her words carried far more meaning than a reaction to one call on the court. For many players, her post reflected frustrations that have existed for a long time. Issues around officiating, respect, and consistency have often been discussed privately, rarely pushed into the public spotlight by someone with Clark's profile. Whether she intended it or not, her message gave those concerns a louder voice at a moment when the league could not easily ignore them. It also highlighted a larger reality. Players are no longer content to stay silent during critical moments. They're paying attention, they're engaged, and they are willing to speak up when they feel something is wrong, even if the timing makes people uncomfortable. Clark's post became a reminder that the people on the court are deeply invested in how the league is run. This is where the situation becomes especially delicate. During negotiations like these, tone matters. Public pressure matters. And moments like this can subtly influence how conversations unfold behind closed doors. Clark didn't reference the CBA directly, but the frustration expressed in her post echoed broader concerns about fairness, accountability, and respect. At a critical juncture, her voice helped bring those issues to the surface. It forced fans, media, and league officials to confront the reality that player dissatisfaction isn't limited to contracts alone. It extends to how the game is officiated and how players feel they are treated overall. Whether her actions were deliberate or simply instinctive, the impact is undeniable. Caitlin Clark's post added fuel to an already intense atmosphere and ensured that player perspectives remained front and center. As the league approached a defining moment, her words served as a reminder that the future of the WNBA isn't just being negotiated in meeting rooms. It's being shaped in real time, by the voices willing to speak when the stakes are highest.